All right. So this is a Nissan Xterra 2005, and doing timing chains. We're doing rear cover. We're gonna do inner cover, new chains, and the lower oil pump, as you can see, is brand new. So the first thing you want to do, I mean, after you take everything off, so what I wanted to do is replace the tensioners. The tensioners were grounded. This is normal on a 4-liter V6. And you hear the whining noise when you start up. So, I mean, you could just replace the shoes, but I wanted to do the whole tensioners and chains. I wanted to do everything. So, anyway, there's a lot you got to do to take off. To do this job, to do the tensioners, you got to take off the whole rear cover. Well, actually you don't have to. You can just take the cam bridge off. Take the solenoid off, and then the cam bridge, which is the cam bridge. And then you can get to a little hex head on the tensioner. But before you do all that, before you take the chains off, you want to put it on TDC, and what you want to do is find number 1 cylinder on this engine. It's going to be the closest one to the front, which is cylinder number 1. It's going to be the passenger bank. And what do? I take a metal coat hanger or just a rod, whatever, put it on top of the piston, and you crank the the crankshaft over until the rod is sticking at its highest point, and you're either 180 out or you're dead on TDC. So after figuring out where you're at, I'm on TDC, and you take everything apart. You can see the crankshaft key. Try to get down to it, and you got to line it up with that mark on the oil pump. And then that's how you know if you're on TDC, like straight up. So do that, then you can take everything apart. You want to put your cams, when you're putting them back on, the dowel pin on the exhaust lines up with the mark right here. This one's off just a touch because they do move, but on this side, you can see this side's directly. Let me get a light in there. The dowel pin, and then the line right here. And then on this side, on the intake, the dowel pin hole, because the cam or the sprocket has the pin on the sprocket side. You want to line that up with that ridge right there. You want to do that for both sides. So this side, like I said, this side's off a little bit. It's no big deal. They do move when you take the chains off. There's some tension on it, and you can just rotate that. I have a crescent wrench, and you just find the cam like right there, and you just, easy to maneuver, easy to move to where you want to go. So the reason why I'm doing the rear cover is because I was trying to replace the oil gallery. All these set screws in here, they're Phillips, and they just snapped, dude. Or a couple of them snapped. Here's an old one right here. It's not focusing good. But so yeah, I ended up just getting a new one. Whatever. New water pump, new thermostat, and so I'm going to go ahead and put on the secondary timing chain, or the sprockets, on both sides, and I will show you how that is.